Headlines. Estonian president in the country for a 4-day state visit. Kgosi Kgari III commits to resolve Bohosi issues of Bakhatlabaga Manana of Tamaga. And in sports, continuous refereeing cause poised to develop football in Botswana. Interpreting in sign language is Topo Taposa. Good evening. President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi and the First Lady, Ms. Neo Masisi, this afternoon welcomed the President of Estonia, Mr. Eila Keris, and the First Lady, Ms. Siria Keris, and their delegation who are in Botswana for a 4-day state visit. The state visit provides an opportunity for Botswana and Estonia to deepen their relations, dating as far back as 2003, as well as reaffirming their commitment to strengthening ties for further cooperation. The duo have fostered cooperation in various areas, including e-taxation, ICT, and digital transformation, which has resulted in the establishment of various infrastructure, such as the introduction of the BURS online tax return system. Local Kwaito sensation Thabo Ntirang, popularly known as Mapetla in the music industry, has passed away. This Koko hitmaker is reported to have met his untimely demise in a tragic car accident in the early hours of this morning. According to a family member, the accident happened in Pakal M. Mapetla broke into the music scene as a Kwaito singer in the early 2000s with hits like Hewena and Skoko. Though his music was highly influenced by South African Kwaito genre, he contributed significantly to talent development in the local music industry through collaborations and nurturing new talent. The Geoscience Institute experts have cleared the suspension of possible ground subsidence due to tremors emanating from BCL mine at number 3 shaft in Silibepikwe. The director Science Delivery, Mr. Puso Akanyang, confirmed this when responding to the questions fielded by the councillors after a comprehensive presentation to the full council meeting. Karabo Mulusi reports.
The uncertainty and questions that have been lingering in the minds of the residents of Silibepikwe were addressed, referencing the results of the surveys conducted, progress made in stabilizing the tremors, ongoing monitoring exercises, and the scheduled review and improvement of the safe mine closure plan for number 3 shaft.
The main strings.
High level demand plan, retailer. The depth at which the mine workings, underground mine workings, is deep enough to make sure ground subsidence.
The depressurization of underground water by pumping, monitoring and maintaining the water level is currently ongoing, simultaneous with seismic monitoring to reduce the tremors in Silibepikwe traced to number 3 shaft.
We assess what if we were to move the water level from 1,000 to 830. Now, what is the most optimized way of doing it without causing any problems, tremors and other things like that. So we're going to re-optimize that. The other thing that we need to do, like I've already said, is to conduct geotechnical and hydrogeological operational risk assessments.
Zooming into the overall BCL Mines Safe Closure Plan, long-term risks and management plan with identified role players, paired to the responsibilities and outlined economic and social opportunities, coupled with the realization strategy, will be articulated.
First and foremost, a detailed SPA microzonations plan. We need to do that. We need to conduct a mine closure scoping study and also do a mine closure plan cost and strategy. It will now go for funding exercises. It will go through the stakeholder consultations. It will go through the government approval processes parliamentary processes, and approval and implementation, and then finally we get into the final implementation of the plan.
The long-term safe mine closure plan will inform the viability of possible socio-economic benefits that may be harnessed from the mine, such as underground water harvesting for agricultural use, establishment of research sites, and tourism, among other opportunities. Karabo Mulusi, BTV News, Silbi Pikwe.
The Minister of Lands and Water Affairs, Dr. Kefense Mzunila, has implored land boards to benchmark from one another for enhanced service provision. The minister shared that each land board has its own strength that others can benefit from. Dr. Mzunila said this at the Botswana Association of Tribal Land Authorities conference in Pakal. Tsolofelo Tombali reports.
The government has prioritized land ownership as one of the primary drivers behind economic transformation, and for that reason the focus has turned to resourcing and optimizing the various land boards that regulate allocation and land use. At a special conference for the Botswana Association of Tribal Land Authorities, Batla, the land boards were encouraged to improve their efficiency by learning from each other's experiences and knowledge.
I believe every land board has a strength. If you don't know it, I will tell you. Every land board has a strength. Now, you need to look at each other's strengths and benchmark for what is it that is strong about these particular ones. I get about and they have very strong governance, etc., etc. So you need to look at each other and see how you benchmark from each other.
The new leadership of Batla shared some of their priorities.
So some end up bad and illegal land activities. But then we so it is a public education.
The existence of this association as an advisory body to government is critical for the future of Botswana's land management, which is why our legislators saw it fit to formally recognize our association through the Section 52 of Tribal Land Act of 2018. We now look forward to the conclusion of this transformation through the development of the subsidiary legislations to operationalize Section 52 of Tribal Land 2018.
While the association said they have resource and challenges that they hope changes in the Tribal Land Act of 2018 will help improve, they did say that they have managed to allocate 67,000 plots out of the 100,000 target given by the government. Tsolofelo Tombali, BTV News.
Social ills such as substance and drug abuse remain a serious concern amongst the youth in Gaborone and surrounding areas. The remarks were made by the Gaborone City Mayor, Mr. Austin Abraham, at the meet and greet session with the Junior Chamber International World President, Mr. Gavin Kamaravel, at the end of his 3-day visit to Botswana this morning. Mojadi Mukibelo reports.
Most of the youth are battling different challenges including unemployment, drug abuse, as well as safety of children, amongst others. In addressing these social ills, there is a need to initiate collaborative initiatives and opportunities for development from the individual and community level.
We are having a problem, Mr. President, with our youth. I don't know where these drugs are coming from, but they are really killing our society, so our future generation is doomed.
The visit by JCI World President is expected to present a unique opportunity in strengthening global ties for a positive impact amongst communities.
One of the important purpose of this visit is to ask the Honorable Mayor for support for JCI and also to use JCI Botswana, because we are a young group of members here and we can always be a great supporter of the initiatives by the government. because around the world we have been there have been many examples where we are working closely with the government.
The collaboration between the Junior Chamber Botswana and the Junior Chamber International will foster collaborations and further explore robust and sustainable avenues for developing communities at large. Moja Tim Kibelo, BTV News, Gaborone.
The Member of Parliament for Rabane Mankodi, Mr. Kagiso Musi, has urged parents to give their children a Christ-like upbringing to build good characters and morals in them. He said doing so will also aid in resolving conflicts among families. Mr. Musi made the remarks during a relationship reconciliation seminar organized by the Salvation for Christ International Church in Rabane. Budulo Mkhorosi.
When it comes to reconciling families and relationships, the church is seen as a national pillar as well as the main driver to spread peace and tranquility. Mr. Kagiso Musi says parents should not be discouraged to bring children to church in order to raise them in the right path.
Jaanong a re neng re lwantsheng bana ba rona gore kereke ke yone bokamoso ke yone botshelo. Tiro e ga e ka ke a kgonwa ke puso e le nosi. Every time ha motsadi a na le mathata ba ko pusong mme le rona e sa leng re tlogela kgang ko morago e le rona e sa leng re hitlha kgang.
Tota mmaba ba ga itse gore a re kgone mo malapeng o simolola a re harologanya le bana ba rona ba sa ruti. Hence reconciliation. There must be reconciliation because almost 3 years can two work together unless they agree. So in our family, together with our children, with our wife, with our husband, there must be reconciliation. There is nothing that can work if there is no agreement.
Conducting family affairs by consulting each other is viewed as most important when it comes to reconciling and relationship building.
When you are always right. When I live at Wabantinja, Balimolinyalo, Balikotiro, Balimodi committee, they are always right, their word is final. That kind of attitude will not build a relationship. Whether business-wise, or a love affair, or more family,
Attendees in this seminar learned a lot in relation to families and relationship reconciliation.
A lot of us, we differ because of a lot of reasons we know. But for us to move forward, we need to embrace reconciliation. Without reconciliation, there is nothing that we can achieve. We need to put aside our differences because the first thing is no one is perfect. So if somebody has made a mistake in your life, don't write them off. In your family, if somebody has made a mistake, don't write them off.
Bana ba rona ba ja ka ile gore ba ithuta mo go rona batsadi ba bone re mise mowa wa go tlhoka go itshwarelana ka gore Kriste a re itshwarelane jaano ga go ntse a lo go aga tshaba e ritibetse maikutlo.
The community is encouraged to seek help from relevant authorities when it comes to conflict resolutions. Budulo Mogoros, BTV News, Rabane.
The public has been advised to be considerate of issues that affect pregnant women and nursing mothers, especially their mental health, which many tend to overlook. This was shared by Kosima Lopez's wife, Ms. Masitsiwi Hasitsiwe, during a workshop convened in Kanye to facilitate pregnant women to navigate their journey with ease. Kisofetse Makwinja.
Ms. Hasitsiwe says many women suffer pre- and postnatal depression unaware. Therefore, she applauded the initiative, urging all those who are involved, including partners and caregivers of pregnant women, to visit organizations like Itsulufetse to equip themselves about challenges that may arise during and post-pregnancy so that they may be able to identify and respond to emergencies well on time.
To make informed decisions mapilong a rona really bomme. My plea to you is that it shouldn't end here. Let it trickle down to your peers, to your family members and your communities. Le bona ba ba utlwe hore na thuto e le fumaneng e reng, and also le bona where to get services.
The director of Kitsulufete, Ms. Ponto Kodisam, says the vision of the organization is to ensure that mental health and antenatal care information is spread across the nation and be put to use to reduce the challenges and the consequences brought about by lack of knowledge in handling issues related to pregnancy.
Ever since re simolla ho dira ditiro tsa rona tse leng go psycho-educator e leng tota go gasa molaetsa ka botsogo jwa tlhaloganyo jwa bomme ba ba itsholoetseng le batsetsi le go ba tlhatlhobela condition e re bitsang pre and postpartum depression mo gongwe be nna go fara counseling. We have helped more than 400 women ba ileng gore ba tswa mo Kanye district
re ba re misitseng bana ba khona gore le bone ga re le rona re na le sabe mo go ba tsenyeng di stress ka gore ke be ke na le stress mme ke sa itse gore gongwe ke yone mo go khosa mo go teng ke yone depression ya yone ke heletsa ke ntshetsa stress sa me mo gore
ke rotloetsa ba bangwe ba ileng gore ba ne ba sa kgona go tla kana e le mme o itsolofetseng a le ko lapeng a tlhoka thuso mabapi le tsone tse tsa PMTCT kana a tlhoka kitso e tseneletseng mo go tsone tsa postnatal depression gore o ka ikgolaganya le ba kitsolofetse kana a tsena ko tleliniking e gaufi
bo rra be re utlwa gore re supiwa ka menwana go ditlhomo gore ga go sena go nna re le lemoga gore go botlhokwa gore re ire botshelo re be jaanong re botlogela mo tseleng re tlogela motho jaanong ka morwalo e tekwaga go a le nosi. Ms.
Khasitsi, we pleaded with the nation to seek counseling for all pregnant women, their partners and caregivers, especially concerning maternal health, to reduce the rising mortality rate amongst unborn babies and pregnant women. Gesero Fetse Magwinja, BTV News, Kanye.
Some performing artists in Khanzi have hailed the Department of Broadcasting Services Talent Search as the perfect platform to hone their skills as well as expose them to other industry players who can help them grow their trade. They said this when the roadshow made a stopover in the township. The talent show is a collaboration between the Department of Broadcasting Services and Big Dog Productions, owned by popular artist Tato DJ Fresh Sikwani. Angela Enosa with the details.
Khanzi residents were treated to a free concert courtesy of the Department of Broadcasting Services, which made its pit stop in the township beginning of the week. The artists, who displayed an array of talent, some performing in their native languages such as Senaro and Tsakalagadi, have been urged to make an impact and leave a lasting, memorable legacy.
Do you have impact as Mudrakas? Or another Alamusarale or Tola or Zawaritiro, impact it would offer as Mudrakas. But come see what's a killer now. For the Hawana Matata, Mudrakas is the escape ever at Oka. For the moment to Oka Hemanyana. That day, so it's important as Mudrakas. For impact
Making an impact is what the Khanzi performers.
COVID-19, we do the same message ka puo ya sa re khalemela batho tswa mo dikotsi tsa ditsela what re dira dilo tseo ka language yone ya ka kwana ya sesa
di show tse dintsinyana di tlisa opportunity ntse for us banana gore re itshupe mo bathong di promoter re di re bone le rona re golela le re motivate re tota ke eletsa gore Koreskan now re rele on re kore re rona bana re kise ko di-shows ka ra nna ela ba tshwere ke moopedi music di-show di tampata ke yone tshwanetse go lo latele di-show.
The performing arts are to be seen as more than just entertainment, but a source of income.
This is human and social development.
Performing artists, especially those upcoming, are encouraged not to sleep on their talent, but to nurture it and discover ways through which they can explore value chains and ultimately put money in their pockets. Angela Enosa, BTV News, Khanti.
The director of Big Dog Productions, Mr. Tato DJ Fresh Sikwani, encouraged artists to take their craft seriously and open themselves up to new ideas to have a better chance on the international market. The Department of Broadcasting Services Roadshow, in collaboration with Big Dog Productions, was in Gumare, giving artists an opportunity to showcase their talent. Tiny Tugudu reports.
The focus of the day was on artists adopting a new mindset to inspire them to take their craft seriously. They were advised to promote and showcase their work proudly. Additionally, they were cautioned against excessive drug and alcohol use, as it can hinder their career.
So I think if we can identify our own then we can be a step closer to mindset change. So now that's my encouragement, especially to youth, to banana, you know your habits. And you know if your friends are good for you or not. So I think it's very important that we change our habits. Then our mindset leonetla salamora
ne re itse hela gore music ra tsamara go bina kwa noa go nna monate bo DJ ba letsa hela ga me hela re change the country tso ka gore gompieko you can make a living out of bodiragetse mo khaola rona go bangwe ba gaitso it's very diverse in the culture tse di it is very rich. It has got a lot of talent.
The DBS Roadshow has been a successful platform for discovering talent.
Roadshow, you could sell a thata, because Runaba when is exposed to battle. Rokono to happen like a battle.
A yard who is artist, DBS Roadshow. A rotas or banana, or Gaya Pill, or Kahatala Pill, but Pinazarona, Hal.
Yar who is a Garbang, Bogdari Pinazarnella Madrid, you have a read. Jakarodsha na itamurna na kar bar bona barit
ke tsa gore DBS re le badiragatse re tumela gore e gona gore isa go batho gore music ba rona batho ba gone go itse
wa yana ga ta ka pelo music you are going to gain a lot of followers even if you don't make it to the stages tse di kopela
ke gone ke tsenela competition ya Roadshow.
Roadshow talent search continues in other towns and villages in the country. The winner will walk away with Polo Vivo car. Tiny Tugudu, BTV News, Gumare.
Botswana have been encouraged to employ ways in which they could use culture to generate income, as it has the potential to improve their lives and in the process preserve the culture as well. This was said by the Minister of Finance, Ms. Peggy Serame, at the Good Hope Cultural Celebrations, Lone Sekobo.
At a time where the rate of unemployment is a concern, Minister Serame urged the society to use culture to generate income for themselves, indicating that this will also help boost the country's economy as well as preserving the tribal values. She further indicated that it is important for the public to embrace their culture by hosting events such as this one.
Adirele letseno adirele botshelo a re khona go re itshidise ka tsone re tshwanetse re sireletse ngwao ya rona re godise mme re ka sireletsa yang ngwao ya rona how can we preserve our culture as Botswana? Santlha se ke ka se buang ke gore re tshwanetse re kwale. Re tshwanetse re kgone go dirisa maranyane le babega dikgang go bua ka ngwao ya rona.
Morin said, preserving and embracing culture helps build the society and teaches children good moral behavior, as well as encouraging them to abide by the law at all times.
Kana ha bana ba ne ba hapoga hela yana mo matshelong a bone ke gore gongwe re na le seabe le rona ka go tlhoka go ba bontsha tsela ka go tlhoka go ba ruta se Setswana e leng sone ka go tlhoka go ba ruta ngwao ya rona ya Setswana gongwe go tshegetsa le go tsosolosa ngwao ya rona go tla re thusa go isa lehatshe la rona go isa tšhaba ya rona ya morolong ko pele
gore re hetogele kwa botokeng a re kwaleng ditso re na le ditso tse dintle tse di humileng tse di ka tlhamang le diphatlha tsa mebereko.
As culture is dynamic, Barolong are encouraged to make sure that they preserve and protect theirs so that it is passed on to the further generation. Lona Sekobo, BTV News, Good Hope.
The third has pleaded with Bakatla Bakamanana in Tamaga to allow him time to resolve issues around their Buhosi.
Jose Kari says he has noted all reasons for and in support of the two possible candidates for the tribe chieftaincy. Therefore, the issue needs to be thoroughly examined before any decision could be made and suitable for the benefit of the community.
Kia lu tua gore le gabedi maina mabedia lengwe le na le batho ba ba le minnokeng mpo bothe ba ba buileng ka kganya go ira dithopo ba ne ba bua ha ba sa e bate le ne le bua gore ka le thakathakanyetsa go ya ka ha nna ke le utuleng ka teng ga se kganye re ka tsena mo go yone.
Residents and the relatives of the two parties were given an opportunity to air their grievances and reasons concerning the issue at hand.
Setilo sa bogosi se mo lapeng la rona se fella mo lapeng la rona nna ke wa go se gata setilo seo ba khatla ga re lwele setilo se le ope ra ngwane bele ke ra rona nna ne re itse gore go fula reng ga ra rona ke ene ano motsadi ya rona e leng gore re simolla go tsa lorato le lotlhe re le motshella ga se mo gompieno re ka borentse ana re lwela setilo le ene le goka
rona ba ntlo ara msile re re matshego go bua mang mogolo go bua mang o busitse mogolo e dira tsame o busitse jaano na re tsore kana la no le tsamaiso ya rona mono go se bua mang matshego o tshwantse go tsena a se kana khanya molomo hela a ba ntshe mekwalo ya gore boswa jo ba bonetswe leng ke mang gona le bomang
a bili a o ka lwela boswa le bana ba ga mogolowe ke ra ha re bua ka boswa ka ne bangwe ba bua ka boswa o ka bolwela le go bua mang ye se le bana ba ga go bua mang batho ba modimo a re sa tsose modumo mo legaeng la rona ne le legae la rona le iketlile
mo go botlhe le bone ba ba tsamaileng bone bo leina kante nna re belene a nna re boswabo ba morona a ene ha gare ga bana ba botlhe le bone ba ba re tlogetse ke ene hela o ang go tlhoka go ja boswa.
Jose Kari assured that he will find time to come up with a solution and possible verdict before the end of March this year. Kesego Fetse Makwinja, BTV News, Tamaga.
The Minister of Youth, Gender, Sports and Culture, Mr. Tumisora Khare, says government has programs specifically designed to empower young people and help them start up businesses that can help alleviate poverty among them and simultaneously improve the country's economy, as well as creating more employment opportunities for their peers. Mr. Khare said this while addressing the youth in Tsabong. Kule Wugile Radipotsani.
The government has adopted affirmative action to improve access to uptake of services by the youth in order to promote their social inclusion in the economic and social activities of the country. Mr. Rakhari reminded the youth that the country cannot fulfill its ambitions of being a high-income economy by 2036 without their contribution. I'm sure by now you've heard of another program called Chama Chama, which was given 500 million pula to help aspiring entrepreneurs. It's one of many programs designed to benefit the youth. The minister pleaded with the youth to change their mindset. Please make sure you go to government offices to fill forms yourselves. The youth aired their grievances. As the Rolashapa participants, we often fill in for cleaners and messengers, but when they hire, they overlook us. I give you permission to contact me if you feel mistreated. They should offer you job opportunities. After a meeting with the youth, Mr. Rakhare attended Market Day, organized by the local enterprise authority, which aimed to give the business community in the district an opportunity to sell and showcase their services and products to the public. BTV News, Tsabong.
It is time for sports with Khosego Nkwe. Khosego?
Good evening, Khomotso. How are you, my lady?
I'm well, ma'am. How are you?
I'm awesome indeed.
You do look awesome. Please proceed.
It's very important, Khomotso. Thank you so much, Khomotso, and greetings to you all. As she has already mentioned, I'm Khosego Nkwe, bringing to you Botswana Tonight sports news. And with that, let's get straight into it and start with the top leading story. Ministry of Youth, Gender, Sport and Culture, in conjunction with Botswana National Sports Commission, yesterday hosted a send-off ceremony for a team of athletes and officials who will represent the country at the upcoming Africa Games slated for Ghana this month. Deputy Permanent Secretary for Sport in the Ministry of Youth, Gender, Sport and Culture, Mr. Tsepo Putin, asked the athletes to always bear in mind that they are Botswana's brand ambassadors every time they don their country's colors on the international stage. The team Botswana is made up of 54 athletes from various sporting codes of athletics, basketball, beach volleyball, tennis, taekwondo, swimming, judo, weightlifting and boxing. The team also comprises of 34 officials, making a total of 88 people. The team's chair for the mission, Obakeng Ngwingwa, noted that as Team Botswana, they vow to do well and represent the country well. The team is expected to leave for Accra, Ghana tomorrow, where the 13th edition of the Africa Games is expected to kick off on the 8th and on the 23rd of this month. Continue with sports news. Botswana Referees Association manager Polisora Sitsoga says Botswana Football Association has rolled out a continuous refereeing course across all regions in a quest to produce referees who will play a pivotal role in improving the standing and quality of football in Botswana. Katlego Khakule has more.
Those who are interested in undertaking the continuous refereeing course have been advised to register at their respective regions.
helela le gore re ba ruile ba le bantsi mo go teng retention ka gore re ntse re itemogetse gore bontsi ba se ba ka ra ba rutuntsha mme re ha re hulara le bone ba sala ba nna ha ba.
Rasetsosa stressed that they are going to be very strict when registering the participants to ensure that they work with a crop of aspiring referees who will commit to the course and understand its benefit to avoid cases of referees withdrawing from the course, which comes at a cost to BFA.
Mme re register ba ile gore tota hela gompieno o bo tshwantse gore bo irile form 5 ngwaga tsa go di le between 18 and 25 ka gore dingwaga di ra go le go ntsi mo go goleng ga motshwaraphala ha o tsena mo botshwaraphaleng dingwaga di setse di potile ka kwa ga ona go tsana go etelele re go bohelong e be re sa go dirisi ka gore ha o retire mo refereeing tshwantse re be re go dirisa mo di structureng tse dingwe nna asasara o nna instructora kgotsa o nna administratora ya referee mme ya le gore ya no experience ya go go tlase ya tlhaela ha re ka kra go dirisa ya no re tla be re go train bo sa re tswele mosola e be le gore ya no go tshwana le ha re epile motlhobodika e be re katela madi a seshaba mo gone.
It is hoped that the continuous refereeing course would help in producing top quality referees who would become renowned match officials who can be called up for big stage competitions such as AFCON and World Cup games. Katlaho Kakule, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
The promotion of Maung Heroes Netball Club to the Lukara Botswana Netball League has brought the Premier Netball League games to Maung for the first time as Maung Heroes Task, Nico and Tafik clashed over the weekend in the tourism town. The games were used as qualifiers for the next round where they will play against the teams from the south and in the national top 8 of the Lukara Botswana Netball League. Anthony Tobogang has more.
Netball fanatics and enthusiasts flocked netball courts in Maung to witness the Lukara Botswana Netball League elite teams like Task Confidence and Tafik compete for a berth in the next round. The first match of the day saw the home team Maung Heroes take up with the River Giants. The Maung-based side cruised through the match to win by a convincing 106-3 scoreline. The second match pitted Task Confidence against Thunderbolts, and Task ran away with the fixture, winning 50-29. Thunderbolts tried to fight for redemption against Tafik in the third game, but failed as they lost 34-36. The final matchup for the day saw the well-experienced Task lock horns with Nico United Netball Club, where the Tango ladies outshined the newbies to win the match 55-31.
legato le le latelang la rena le dikgwetho mo timi ya rona ba bangwe ga re kgone go traina le bone re le mmogo ba berekela kgakala so re kopana hela mo di-gaming go nna thata gore o kgone go nna le di-combination tse ile gore o ka go di dirisa ko finaleng.
We were playing against experienced players. Jana go tshameka le di-player tse di-experienced against tse leng gore di inexperienced go thatanyana mme ka gore ke di-player tse di santse di ithuta ke na le tshepo le tumela gore they will bounce back. They have learned a lot from the first round. We are looking forward for the second round e leng gore re sologetse gore re tla oketsa di-points tsa rona re tle re kgone go ya ko top 4.
Meanwhile, the organizers of the league highlighted that it has been a mammoth task running the league due to a lack of resources.
Rona tota go tshameka league e tota go bokete because ga gona team e pe leng gore ha re tshameka di game tse every weekend has to travel less than 200 kilometers. It's always more than 200 kilometers. Mo go rang gore for example te be re grand pele kana le di team tsa south but di team tsa south at the end of the day di khobokana mo le hilong le le one they spent my 8 pula gore bana ba bone ba goroge go nnenyana ke madi a taxi hela rona gore ngwana ba di team tsa rona di goroge go Maung for example take team e tswa ko Phikwe team e tshwantse gore e spende bo 9,000 mo transporting accommodation and dijo.
After the North Zone Lukara Botswana Netball League first round, Task Confidence find themselves leading the pack with 13 points, followed by Maung Heroes on 12 points, Tafik in third with 9 points, and Nico United in fourth place with 8 points. Thunderbolts came in fifth with 8 points, and Uprising Stars in sixth with 4 points, followed by Buteti River Giants on 7th with 2 points, and Moruple Wanderers coming in last with 0 points. Anthony Toborang, BTV Sport, Maung.
Now on to motorsport. Ross Branch finished fourth in the overall of the Abu Dhabi Challenge that came to an end over the weekend. Kalahari Ferrari finished outside the podium after winning the fifth and final stage on Saturday in a time of 2 hours 32 minutes. Ross has raised his total points to 50, making himself the leader of the World Rally Raid Championship 2024, another first for Team Hero Motorsport. Collecting several points from the round win, Hero Motorsport has catapulted to the top of the manufacturer's leaderboard in the FIM World Rally Raid Championship WTRC 2024. This is also the first time an Indian manufacturer has reached this level on a global stage.
That's the end of Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge, and yeah, what a race. You know, so many ups and downs, but we needed to get to the finish line and get the points for the World Championship. We did that. So it's ticked off the goal. Obviously, it's not the result that I wanted, but we'll just keep on working at it and yeah, keep pushing away. And yeah, I'm looking forward to Portugal. I'm feeling strong and feeling really, really focused and motivated to win. And yeah, the team is amazing.
And that is all that we had for you from Botswana Tonight, the Sports Desk. Until we meet tomorrow, have a blessed night. And now let me bring it back to Khomuso to give you the headlines of tonight. Khomuso.
Thank you so much, Khosaho. Until we meet again tomorrow, have a fantastic evening.
Oh yes, thank you so much, my lady. Have a wonderful one indeed.
Thank you so much. That was Khosaho Nkwe giving us the latest in sports. Let's take a final look at stories leading the way this evening. Estonian president in the country for a 4-day state visit. Kgosi Kgari III commits to resolving Bakhatlabaga Manana Bukhosi issues. And in sports, continuous refereeing cause points to develop football in Botswana. That's all that we had for you in our news bulletin this evening. BTV News, Ikanyarona, hashtag BW Mindset Change, Arichin.
Coming up next on Conversation with Africa.
So tourism is something, there is a lot of opportunities in it. Yes, about 3.8 million people have chances to get jobs in this industry.
And this is really one of the sectors we see a lot of potential. But I'm using Botswana as an example. Before COVID, tourism contribution to Botswana GDP is at around 10%.